Welcome back to Addicted to Knives. Thank you for joining me today. So, we have a Finch. Now I think this is actually the first Finch I've ever had on this channel. They just never really appealed to me, and I've flipped a couple during meets or, hanging out with my boy Kev. Left EDC. I know he had a big collection of them for a while, so I have handled a bunch. I just never really was intrigued by them, really. Kind of mainly with the whole, steel frame locks, bolster lock. Like, they were kind of like the modern traditional type of knives, and I kind of wasn't like a traditional, like, that really never kind of appealed to me until recently. It's kind of starting to creep up into my into my view, into my liking. So when this came up for the pass around with the Apex pass around, sorry, Apex pass around group, I don't know. I literally was drawing a blank. So but yeah, so we got a Finch. This is actually the Finch Hornet, if I'm not mistaken. It's not saying, of course, why would it? I do like how they have all these different stuff. Oh, it's the Finch Roadrunner. That's right. Which I think is the Finch Roadrunner Hornet. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. But they give you a Band-Aid, which I think is pretty cool. Because, we all know when you're playing with pocket knives, they might bite you, which they definitely do. So, yeah. We'll put that off to the side. So here is the knife. It is pretty dang cool. I do have to say, normally they're a little bit, they're kind of smaller in kind of the size. This one's a pretty decent size. Let's measure it with just the handle. Yeah, it's about a 4.5. Is that 4.5? 4.25. 4.25. A little bit more maybe. Handle length. So the blade, this thing is pretty sick. This is like a boot knife, pocket knife. It's pretty crazy. This point is like, it's sharp. It is freaking sharp. But it's gotta be a hand satin blade on it. The blade length is, it's 3.25, I guess. Yeah, 3.25. Definitely the actual, like, cutting edge is definitely 3.25, so that's what I'm gonna call it. Like, it's got some crazy action. So I will give it to QSP on that. This one, at least, this thing is so smooth. It's like crazy. It's really, and it's got a flick to it. The D10 is on point. I was like, wait, what? I was like, yo, am I missing out with these knives? So I do plan on picking one up. I'm just waiting for either the right one to come out or to pick one up. Which I think I do have my eye on one, which, I'm not gonna say it, but we'll see if I end up picking it up. But this is an Apex pass around, so it has been passed around. They don't, we don't really beat them up, like cut a whole bunch of shit. So I think like the most you can cut is like a piece of paper. So it's really, it's still got a pretty decent fresh edge on it. But I still can't get over this action. It's literally like so smooth. It's buttery smooth, and it's pretty rock solid. Let's see, maybe a smidge, like I'm talking about, like a smidge. There we go. Yeah, it was like a hair. It's even better. Yeah, it's completely rock solid. I'm really blown away by this thing. I'm really blown away. This is a decent size knife as well, so it's definitely not really my style though, with the kind of I guess a spear, it's basically a spear point, kind of fighting type of boot knife style, but it really doesn't have too much of a grind to it, even though it is, it's got decent size stock. It's not like ultra thick, but it's also not, it comes down pretty thin, but there's not much room for that to taper down. But it's definitely pointy though, that's for sure. That tip will definitely do some damage. That is 100% sure. You'll definitely be getting some splinters out with that. I just can't get over that action. And there's one more cool thing, which I gotta find. Give me 1 second if I can find it. Which, if you take, this is a, I think it's like a black light or UV light, but you could take any regular light. This just does it a little quicker. And it glows, so it's pretty cool. I never knew that about them, about Finch and their I guess you call it their shield. All of their shields, like on their knives, or at least I think all of them, are this glow resin that they have in there that straight glows, which is pretty cool. Let me just turn these off. Yeah, you can see it glowing a little better now. Time to turn all the lights back on, Lewis. Too many lights. It's daytime now. But it's not just a closing action either that's crazy. That flick there's no failing this. Like, period. There's no failing it. None whatsoever. I cannot fail this. Nope. Nope. Yep, there we go. But like, there's no way you're gonna fail it just by picking it up and doing it like normal. You literally have to like try your hardest to deliberately do it. And that's because also if you're holding it like a regular knife, well, that time it didn't. Which I think my finger got that. That's pretty much the main way, but it's got good sounds. Really good sounds. Sometimes has a ting. But I'm really like blown away by this, like really blown away. I know I've heard a lot of people say that a lot of like they do have good action, so I'm wondering if like most of them are like that. So jeez, this thing is just rockets out of there. Like, talk about pow in the kisser. Like, pow right in the kisser. Shout out to Bees Blades. This thing, like, I love when people like people say like the reason why like switchblades and automatic blades and switchblades are illegal is because of how fast they can be deployed. I'm telling you right now, it's either equal or this is faster. Plain and simple. Like, taking it out of your pocket and going is definitely just as fast, if not faster, than pushing a switch or hitting a button and the spring sending it out. Like, this has just as much force behind it. Like, 100%. I wonder if you can actually put like skiffs in it. Obviously this is not my knife, so I won't be trying that, but I wonder if there's any finch that you're able to swap skiffs in them. That would be pretty cool. I always like to swap bearings, so. But this is getting very, very addicting right now, because this flip is so satisfying. Like, it really is satisfying. I'm gonna see, can I? No way. You can front flip it. You can totally front flip it. That is funny. No, that's not gonna work. But you can reliably front flip it. As I say, reliably. Of course, once I say reliably, I can't do it again. There you go. I'm having a blast over here. Sorry. I kind of like just stopped like actually being informative. This blade, this handle material is got to be like a composite resin. I know a lot of their some of their composite resins, they have like actual like the same glow in the dark stuff that they put in their in their actual like resin handles, which is pretty cool, I think. This one doesn't have it, but it'd be pretty cool if it did. These are stainless steel. It is a bolster lock, which is a plus. I know a lot of their locks are bolster locks, taking back to that modern traditional type of feel. I just noticed the lock bar relief is actually on the inside, which is definitely a plus. That could also be a significant factor in this action. I wonder if all finches are like that. That's something to look into, to find out. What do we got here? Oh yeah, the blade steel is 154 cm, which I just realized you can't see that. There you go. It is the Roadrunner, and for some odd reason, could have swore there might be another one that's called the Hornet or something like that. But I could see this thing being called the Hornet, because that thing will freaking sting. That Band-Aid, I guarantee you, has been replaced a few times during this pass around. because of this knife. 100%. Because I know somebody probably went like this and was like, because even though we only can cut, only, actually, I was going to say, even though we can only cut paper with it, I would imagine that it would have been a little sharper, but I don't know. This edge is pretty darn sharp. I'd be kind of amazed if it came any sharper than this. And the point, that's not going to dull down unless you're sticking it in something. But yeah, 154 cm, which I know a lot. I'm pretty positive a lot of Finch's, their blade steel is 154 cm, which I think is a phenomenal steel for myself, personally. But yeah, this, I can actually see myself rocking this knife. I'm not a big fan of it, like I've said a couple times now, like of Finch's, but this is one that I could definitely see. Now, if they are all, or most of them are like this, how good of a detent and how good of action this is, I definitely need to get my hands on some more, because the action on this thing is just insane. And there are some that do kind of appeal to me, but for the price, which that's another thing, for it being 154 cm with stainless steel liners, stainless steel scales, because it's actually, there is no liners, it is part of, it's just a frame lock, or bolster lock, with this resin material. It's like, I think it's in like the 110 115 realm, I think, no more, like at tops 120 125. So to me, that's kind of a little steep, in my opinion. That's just me personally. That's another reason why I've always kind of like shied away from them, because I think for the money, I think you can get a lot better. But if this action is like this on all of them, or most of them even, I don't know, that that little extra money, that higher price point might be worth it, if because I mean, there's some good, low end budget brands that have some killer detents and killer action, let me tell you, but to be this good and this crisp, yeah, me likey a lot. So yeah, so there you go. That is the Roadrunner, the Finch Roadrunner. The first, I'm pretty sure it's the first, if not, sorry, but I can't remember another Finch being on here. So I don't recall reviewing one, so let alone being on the channel. So yeah, so I appreciate you coming by. I know there really wasn't too much, and for it was kind of just bullshitting, but this is just kind of my overview, review, whatever. It's just me checking out a knife. I hate when people get mad at people like, oh, this is a review, or this is an overview, and then people get pissed off because that's not a review, that's not an overview. It's the freaking guy's opinion about the knife. Like, they're telling you if it's good or if it's bad. Like, if you want to know the specs and stuff like that, look at the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'll give them, but not all the time, And I know some people do like this, specs all the time. Some people don't. but don't get mad over it. It's just ridiculous, you know? Just go and look it up. Especially if you're that interested in the knife. Go do some more research. Jeez. Especially don't take 100% our words from it. Go, you know, research more, watch some more videos on the specific knife. Like, when I'm looking at a knife, I literally go down a list and watch, like, see if, like, you know, hopefully more than 5 to sometimes even 10 or 15, you know, different people channels that have that same knife. I'll watch, because, you know, the more, you know, the more knowledge about it you have, you can make a better purchase. So, you know, I'd say go watch some more videos on it, or read up on it, you know. Even watch some more videos, like watch videos on the company's other products, you know, other knives, and see, you know, how that is, or the one before they release that one, and see how that model's doing, you know. But hey, everybody has got to have something to bitch about, even though they can bitch about anything, guarantee you that. But love you guys. I'm just rambling now, probably picking a fight for no reason. Alright, I love you guys. No fighting, and keep the peace. Love you guys, and have an amazing day.